Did you see that thing about the number of people who canceled Disney Plus? Because
I did, yeah.
Do you think that's real?
I hope so. I don't know. I mean, it gave me a feeling of power that I've never had before.
You brought up YouTube, which I think a lot of people would say has been sort of one of the primary sources of the downfall of late night over the last little bit. Mm-hmm. How have you changed your show to kind of appeal to people on YouTube, and why do you think you can't make more money there?
I never have changed my show to make it for YouTube. I'm very conscious of the fact that ABC pays for the show and YouTube pays nothing, and YouTube gets to sell it and keep half the money. And that's quite a deal for them. It really is. But I've never made the show for YouTube. With that said, I love YouTube and I love being on YouTube because all you really want deep down is for as many people to see your stuff as you can. And I know that it has hurt because it is so easy to watch the monologue on YouTube now. I know that it has hurt the ratings, not just for our show, but all of the shows. And maybe that's kind of what has killed late night TV. More likely, the fact that we have our lead-ins are a tenth of what they were when I started. That's probably more likely the reason. But I love the idea that people in other countries are watching YouTube. I love the idea that
do you look at the views for your?
I do. Yeah.
I looked recently, and I was alarmed to see that the most watched video from your show had fewer views than the average Mr. Beast video. And I don't know what that says about the state of the world, but
I think it says Mr. Beast is kicking ass is what it says, yeah. Well, you know what? There is a big difference. When you do the show every night, you're not going to get as many views. But we still, I mean, I woke up this morning, there were 2.2 million views of my monologue the night before. So for everyone who says late night is dying, it's just not true. We still have, probably at 3.5 million right now. We'll still have 5-6 million people watching the show every night. That's a lot of people. I mean, that's more than most of the primetime shows.
Right.
And you don't hear that about primetime.
Do you feel like, I know you're not part of the decision-making process on this at all, but do you feel like there will be, like, The Tonight Show would be the last show to get canceled, I would assume?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think that show will last a really long time, or do you feel like eventually all these shows go away and have to get reinvented and whatever?
I don't think there's a reason for these shows to go away. I think there are ways, these shows started out because they were a way to get high-priced talent for almost free. That was the whole trick. That was the whole reason they started these shows. It was deemed to be promotional. Sure. So the idea that these shows need to cost $120 million is
crazy.
They don't need to cost $120 million. And somebody will figure it out and just...
It's like what a Hot Ones is, makes the similar concept for considerably less money.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think you could still have the same format. You could still have a band. You could have all of those things and still do the show for a lot less money. It's just the people aren't going to make it. The host is not going to make as much money. And the audience isn't going to be as big. But that's okay because, I mean, I love seeing these. I love the idea that people can make a living with 200,000 viewers every day or every night, and they can talk about weirdly specific things, and those people who are really interested in those weirdly specific things have a place to take those, to absorb that stuff. I think that's great. I love the idea that a 16-year-old can have their own TV show.